Hi, this is going to be a quick guide to how I do my favorite meditation for shadow work. And it is really easy and you can do it on your own. I usually play some sort of music, like some sort of frequency music, but you don't have to. I like to, though. I'm going to make a playlist on here for some good ones that I go to, and I might like give a description with it, like what I like to use it for. But this meditation, you go into your childhood home and you unlock the door and you walk through your house and you go to your bedroom and you go to the closet in your room, or like if you don't have a closet, something like a like sit near a corner or something. And you're sitting there, and then imagine that there is a door. I think, you know what? I think when you're sitting there, actually, like do some breaths and like kind of clear your head for a minute. Maybe like 3 deep breaths. And then imagine and also when I'm meditating, I like to remember to to make sure you're only letting things in that are for your highest good. Because once you get into into your subconscious mind and get into these spaces, uh, there's other things that can intrude. So I like to make sure that I set the intention of this is for my highest good. And or any other way that you want to use that or describe it, or how you describe it, like whatever you do, like just protect your energy and breathe in love. I always do. 3 deep breaths of love, exhale everything negative. Like let it flow, or whether or not go ground up. Uh, then imagine the door, and then walk through the door, and there is a ladder that goes down, and you take that ladder down as far as you have to. And like it might be 2 minutes, it might be 10, but take the ladder down as far as you have to go. And once you get to the bottom, walk around until you find yourself as a child. And once you find yourself as a child, sit with them and talk to them, ask them what they need. Uh, and if you have other questions, ask them that. And like, you'll know what to do. Like, just treat them like you would a normal child, and you'll know what to do. And I've learned to like ask more questions. I want this to be a short video, so I don't want to add any of my stories to it. But once you're done with the meditation, like once you've gotten everything you needed from yourself as a child, uh, give yourself a hug, say goodbye. I always left mine with my mom, but they didn't tell me to do that. I just would make up my mom being somewhere and like be like, okay, because I oftentimes cried. So I didn't want to like with my childhood self. Like I don't want to like cry and then leave them. Like I always found them in like a weird corner or something. So I just would always leave them with my mom. But you could really do whatever. But so then when you're done, just make sure you give them a hug or say goodbye like you would normally. Like this is a big experience because you're basically giving them the love that they needed. Like you find them and they tell you what's up. Like usually memories start to come back, things come, you find the root of whatever it is of the issue you're dealing with. And in that time, like I remember telling myself like, oh, like I felt so bad when I was 11, like, oh, like, and go to your middle school self. If you had a hard time in middle school, like everybody did, like the stuff that was such a big deal, like I gave myself a hug, like, and just, like I had it was heavy. And it's all heavy. I was 11, like, but that stuff stays with you, whether or not you had trauma in your life. It is traumatizing when you're not heard when you're supposed to be heard. It is traumatizing when you learn how to suppress everything. And, like, that our response to life is how we handled it, how we dealt with it at these ages. So like going back and giving ourselves that hug and loving ourselves at that age, it changes so much and it really, really helps. So it's really important that you find that part of you and love it. And this is what worked for me is I would go find myself at these ages, and I would give myself a hug and I would talk to myself like I would anybody else, like I would you, or and I so much stuff comes up that I forgot. And it was just so interesting. And loving yourself changes your story, because when you looked back at your past and you didn't love yourself, there's a lot of blame and a lot of, like a lot of stuff you did, like maybe like with me, I remembered why I was angry. Or I mean, I remembered being angry, but I forgot why. So I looked at the part of me being like mean and angry, but I forgot why I was hurt. And remembering why I was hurt didn't just make me an angry person that I remembered. It made me a human that got hurt. And it also made the person that hurt me, made me realize, like, wow, that person really didn't care much about me. But, so then when you're done, you leave your childhood self and you walk up the stairs and you go outside and you close the door again, and then you're done. But that meditation worked really well for me. And um, it's easy. You just go into your old home, sit down, take some breaths, and crawl through a door. Imagine a door, crawl through it, and walk down a ladder till you can stop. Find your childhood self, spend time with that child, really love it, really give it attention, and then walk back up the steps and we'll say goodbye. And then walk back up the steps and go out the door. And it's pretty amazing what's down there and what memories will come up and what loving yourself through those times can do, because we deserve love. And I started using a similar meditation to the future too, like, or like later on in life, like imagining myself like going into a house I lived at when I had this one job and working and all the parts of my life, like going back to all these spaces of my past, not just my childhood. Like I was an adult that handled some hard things, like, and I needed to go back and love myself through those. And there's a lot of things I still have to work on, like everybody else. I love you.